3 for 3. We've gotten 3 major flashbacks in Gachiakuta, that being for Amo, Zankap, and now Gauntis. And I can comfortably say that we're 3 for 3 with all the flashbacks we've gotten in the story. And we might just have gotten the best one yet. Gauntis' flashback feels like a combination of the best aspects of Zanka's flashback and Amo's flashback wrapped together in one. But what exactly makes it so special? It's your boy Toby Cads here. If you stuck through the intro, was good. Chapter 149 of Gachiakuta just dropped. Let's not waste any time, let's dive right into it and break it down. It's been a while. I haven't dropped a chapter review in almost a month, I think 3 weeks, because I didn't drop a chapter review for the last chapter, and we also had a break. So yeah, it's been a while. But the reason why I didn't drop a chapter review for the last chapter is because I just wanted to get the full context of Gauntis' flashback before I actually spoke about it. And after this chapter, we got the full context. So now I feel very good and comfortable talking about the flashback. I got a lot of sense of hope and doom from Gauntis and Tulili. Hope in the sense that these two, their story genuinely warms me up and makes me happy. Their story is one that shows them overcoming the trials and obstacles that they've been placed in to try and put themselves in a better scenario physically and mentally. All for the sole purpose of feeling content and happy. More so Gauntis. This was someone that had absolutely given up on life to begin with because of his failing heart. Sure, the Watchmen series necklace was keeping him alive, but this didn't even matter to Gauntis at all. This is someone that could only think about when he would pass on. The prospect of a future was never in consideration for him. You fast forward sometime into the future, and through Maimu, we find out that Gauntis had dreams. He had ambitions and aspirations. He genuinely wanted to go as far as he could and see what the world had to offer. So what exactly happened? How does someone go from wondering about when you're gonna die to being excited about the prospects of life and what it has to offer? Well, honestly, one person could fundamentally change you, and for Gauntis, that person was Tulili. It's very interesting because throughout the flashback, we only see things from Gauntis' perspective. That's why we have those square boxes that lets us know what he's thinking. And with the way their relationship developed, from Gauntis thinking Tulili was a nuisance to him yearning to connect with her, it's honestly very, very touching. I really like Gauntis and Tulili's relationship because it's very fresh and unique in the story of Gachiakuta. We haven't really seen anything like it. The only thing being remotely comparable is Amo and Rudo's relationship. But that one is still different, as Rudo and Amo both change each other. Here, Tulili is the one that changed Gauntis. And if I'm being for real, she still was the exact same person that she was when she first met Gauntis and when she first met Rudo. Like, she's just a life of a party and very jovial. She did not change at all. The part that really stood out for me in this flashback is when Gauntis turned the cord from his oxygen mask and when he found out that Tulili always went back home just in case her mom came back. I mean, the symbolism that we got from Gauntis turning an item that can only be seen as something that brings him gloom and despair to something that he could use to connect to Tulili is really just beautiful and powerful. After seeing that scene, it made perfect sense why the name of this chapter is Vital Instruments Connect. And for Gauntis, him finding out that Tulili did feel despair and emptiness just like he does, but she instead pushes it aside and stays positive, is what changed him. And honestly, that's why he wanted to be there for her and be the home that she's so desperately been looking for. For me, Gauntis' flashback is by far the best one we've gotten in the story of Gachiakuta. And that's really because of the relationship dynamic we got to see with him and Tulili. It's all very sad though, because this is where the gloom and doom picks up. Because the person here to ruin and make a mockery of everything, the bonds, the values, is none other than Maimu. The way that this chapter did a lot for me to elevate Gauntis as a character, I can say it did the same for Maimu. I needed to realize that the way Urana Sensei contextualized Gauntis' powers as something that was awakened because of hope, connections, and love, to then go to the last panel and you then see Maimu be like, he used that power. I really was just like, man, this guy is utter scum and trash. After we got that flashback, I was like, how dare you bastardize and use the chokers for your own personal gain? The chokers were made out of love and genuine affection, and they're using it in that evil way. I was like, bruh, you're the absolute worst. I have to admit it, I didn't take Maimo seriously as a villain when he was first introduced, mostly because he couldn't fight on his own, and he seemed less intimidating and interesting than Jabba and Zodu. But the story has managed to build Maimo up in a way that I'm actively rooting for his downfall. He really has no redeeming qualities and is absolutely evil. And I have to be real with you guys, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, I gotta give props. Do you know how hard it is to build up a villain in a way that makes you hate them and want to root against them? Like, it's hard to build up a villain that way. Sometimes you either don't care or they have a redeeming quality that you start to feel good for them and don't want things to happen to them. But Urana Sensei has managed to build up Maimo in a way that we're absolutely supposed to hate him, see him as scum, and not even like him at all. Like, he's a villain. And bro, that's great, that's amazing. Maimo is a great villain, like, what can I say? I think he's scum and I want to see him get beaten up. What's even more impressive is the fact that this was done in 10 to 15 chapters. I'm really at the point where Maimo makes my skin crawl anytime I see him, and it's weird. It's not because he killed Gantu's parents or because he took away his legs and tortured him for years for his blood. It's really because he just took something so pure and turned it into a tool of evil and destruction. That being the chokers. Maimo really is an extremely callous, calculated villain and sees any and everyone as his puppets to control. Personally, I don't suspect he'll be in the story past this arc, as his move with Two Lily seems like a last-ditch effort to salvage the situation and make sure his dream of the rule stays true. So it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out for him in the remaining parts of this arc. The last major talking point that really was a big deal is Two Lily's vital instrument, and that's Lunavis. Guys, I really feel at this point I'll be taking notes of everyone's a giver, specifically the ones that we got some context to how they awaken their powers. And I have to admit, Two Lily's own is by far the most we've gotten, because as a kid, she essentially pictured and believed Gaunt's grandma's staff to be a sorcerer's wand. And that's what Lunavis essentially is as a vital instrument. It can create illusions and teleport people. Now, it's not a one-for-one wand from Harry Potter, but like, it's very similar. Two Lily holds it like a wand, and she even says things like cast a spell. What really fascinates me about this is that she pictured the vital instrument to be and be capable of what it is right now, and it ended up becoming that. This is very valuable context about vital instruments because we never really got the reason as to why they have the abilities they have. But with Two Lily, we've gotten context about vital instruments and how they manifest their abilities according to how the user views the object and how they believe it will function. Two Lily viewed Lunavis as a magic wand that could use magic and cast spells, and that's what it essentially turned out to become when it became a vital instrument. Thinking about this though, I couldn't help but think about Jabba. Bruh, if you don't remember, Jabba's vital instruments are a set of 10 rings, Mankira. So you can only picture and imagine the type of murder kill that was going through Jabba's head for Mankira to become what it was. Because Mankira is a set of 10 rings. And for Mankira to become what he became, nah bro, Jabba is, he's cuckoo. Like, he's fucked in the head. Like, Jabba, he gotta go to a psychiatric ward. Like, he's definitely twisted. Some last quickfire points I found out in the chapter are the white crow that guided Lily to the no man's land. What exactly is it? And I'm really curious about that because that incident seemed to happen before she met Gauntis. So what exactly is that white crow and how did he guide her out to the no man's land? Like, we need to know more about that. Also, I do want to point out that Tuli doesn't seem to be wearing her choker at all. I've looked at the panels where she was talking to Rudo, and yeah, she's not wearing her choker at all. If she's not wearing the choker that Gauntis gave her, that means Maimo's plan is not gonna work. I noticed this, and this is actually a big deal because if Tuli is not wearing that choker, Maimo's plans are gonna fail. So yeah, is that like a drawing error from Urana Sensei, or is that a bigger thing? We'll see. Also, there's something I'm very confused about, and that is Maimo saying that he killed Gauntis' parents. But in the flashback, we see that his parents were already dead because of the heart disease, and he was raised by his grandparents. But Maimo is like, I killed your parents, and not even parents. So who exactly is Maimo referring to in this scenario and situation? I just found that very, very confusing, and I actually want to know more about that. And lastly, I'm interested to see how Urana Sensei uses Maimo and just how far it's going to make his dream stay a reality, because the odds are really stacked against him. Not only are the cleaners here, but the Hell Guards are too. Him navigating his way out of the Door Festival at this point is definitely going to be interesting to see. and I can't wait to see what he pulls out. Personally, I really enjoyed this chapter. If I had to rate this chapter, I think I'm gonna give it a 9.5. Like I said, this is the best flashback in Gachiakuta. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on this chapter. If you stuck to the end of the video, guys, I have a video coming out this Sunday. It's Akaza versus Gachiakuta. That's actually gonna be a really interesting video. You definitely want to stick around and watch that. But yeah, honestly, that's all for me. What do y'all think about the chapter? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you enjoy it? That's all for me. Love y'all boys. Peace.